The overlays. Immediately she fell deeply into a dark and eerie place amongst the ghosts and the ghouls of the past. As she floated through observing the disturbing displays, her fear began to rise, and she sank deeper as a disharmonic and screeching tone rang through her being. There was a madness here, and she was in it and part of it. The fear of going mad had gripped her, and she wandered about in its murk and squalor. From this place she called out for rescue, but nothing came forth to save her. They didn't seem to see her. Perhaps she could help. She watched. They all had an animal they tormented and abused. They bore terrible wounds and scars, and they petted them harshly. "What is this place?" she demanded to know. "These souls are lost in the darkness of the false god templates, and you're starting to feel the grip of its lie. The fear of being abandoned calls you in, and the experience of abandonment follows. The blame, the pain, the suffering, and beneath the veil, the dark lords and ladies and their minions feed, sucking on the life force of the human soul." For a while she moved back and forth along the timelines, making connections across the spaces, feeding her truth in. Many times she was weary, and the thoughts of giving in were strong, but so was her truth, and she continued on. Oh, the stories they told were magnetic, and she felt herself being drawn in. "I'm tired and I want this to stop," she demanded. "Then stop being a rescuer," said the voice. It was true. She could not bear to witness this pain and had wearied herself. "You have resisted, you have judged, and you have tried to control. And now you're watching the fruits of your labour from this dark place, and you've embodied its gifts." She began to feel sorry for them and for herself, and the petting got worse. There was a thickness in the air, and her movement slowed as the grey, soggy, pathetic creatures hung on with their hooks. Weakened and helpless, she came to a stop, and they drained her. Convinced she was bad, she fell deeper into the webs of punishment and became one with these souls. The master watched and waited. The truth was hard to bear. Another brave soul lost to the Dark Lords who had enslaved the planet. All her answers came from this place now, no longer being guided by the voice. She was on her own, in the fields of separation, left to rot in hell.